Okay, so in this video I'm going to be talking about how to give a correct interpretation of calculus notation, and especially focusing on the element of the time factor. In this situation, we have given to us a rate in tons per hour at which unprocessed gravel arrives at a gravel processing plant. It's given by this function right here. And we're asked to find g prime of 5. I'm not really interested in finding that. What I'm interested in is the interpretation. Using correct units, interpret your answer in the context of the problem. Well, one thing to notice is that this is a derivative. That means it's a rate. So it's the rate of change in what? G, which is also a rate. So it's the rate of change in the rate at which unprocessed gravel arrives at the plant in tons per hour per hour. Remember that G was already tons per hour, and then we've done another rate on top of that. And this is the part that I really want to focus on, the part that I have very little space left for. At t equals 5 hours. You need to make sure that you've specified a particular point in time. Many students make a mistake saying something like, during the 5th hour. Well, that would indicate an interval of time, which is not correct for a derivative. Remember, a derivative is an instantaneous rate of change, so it's at a particular moment in time. On the other hand, when you're dealing with an integral value, you need to make sure that you do specify an interval of time. Again, I'm not going to find the value of this definite integral. Using correct units, I want to interpret the answer to that integral in the context of the problem. Well, if I integrate the rate at which gravel arrives, I should find the amount of gravel that is arrived. So, amount of gravel that arrives at the processing plant and notice it's an amount, and so it would be measured in tons. And then, here's the most important part, I need to make sure that I give a correct interval. From t equals 3 hours to t equals 5 hours. This indicates an interval of time. Some students make a mistake and they'll say something like, during the 2-hour time interval. That's not correct because it's a very specific 2-hour time interval. It's best to say from the lower limit of integration to the upper limit of integration, or something like between t equals 3 hours and t equals 5 hours. The main thing is to remember you have to give an interval of time. So, to summarize, a derivative is at a particular point in time, and an integral is over an interval of time. That's the thing that you need to remember. Make sure that you continue to enjoy calculus.